Hello, everyone, and
Hold on. I thought you want to do, don't we need to do a thumbnail first?
what are we going to do for a thumbnail? We don't even know what we're talking about. Are
It's
you
okay, too.
you're on a roller coaster?
No.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our new episode of Winding Waves. I'm your co-host, Amanda.
And I'm Karen.
Why do
I
I
feel
get?
like we should switch that up. It's just kind of
I know. Why do I get like my
lame
game host voice?
voice. It's a different
How do we
voice.
switch it up?
I'm not really sure.
Hello, welcome back to Winding Waves.
No, it's the same thing. Episode 8.
Oh my gosh, we're on episode 8 already,
Yeah,
and we're not famous yet.
I know. I thought at least by 5 we would be famous.
Right? Like we'd be on like the freaking news and people would be like interviewing us.
Yeah, like I'm sick of all these like YouTubers like, I'm just going to start a podcast. And then like the next day they're like, I'm number 1 on the Apple and Spotify download list. I'm like,
We can't even figure out how to get on Apple.
I thought it said it was, but like it's not.
No, they emailed us saying that they were trying to get us on there and they would get back to us. And then I emailed them like 2 weeks later, like any update.
Well, we should look into that.
Yeah. Oh, I should probably check that email.
Probably. Okay, before we start, I just want to point out you had just watched that video about what's her last name? Whitney
Simmons.
About the salads. But I also noticed, did you notice her nail polish?
Both different colors. You did that? You just do it now?
No, I did it yesterday after I watched the video.
Okay, because I kept looking at them like that's so weird, but like cool.
I'm actually really
always am like in between 2 colors, but I feel like an idiot doing like.
I'm actually kind of enjoying it. It's not that weird.
I like it.
It's like a light blue and just like a blue.
Yeah, I dig it. Dig it. That's my new line.
I think it's a pretty cool idea because like
I think it's cool. So anybody who has no idea what we're talking about, we watched Whitney Simmons on YouTube, her YouTube video that she just posted about meal prepping, and on her nails she had one hand that was black nails and one hand that was painted white. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I thought I would switch it up.
I
feel like sometimes I'll do like one nail a different color.
Yeah.
But why not? Why the heck not?
I feel like it would be good because I'm always like, which color should I do? So now you just do like one or.
And then like if you don't like it, you could just be like, okay, now I'll take this off and do it all like this color.
Yeah. Yeah.
So speaking of really fun things like that, I thought maybe we could talk about that today. Just the idea of what fun means. Versus like when we were kids, what we thought fun was. Then I was thinking about like as an adult or like when you get older, but also like now in a pandemic, what does fun mean? So yesterday, painting my nails 2 different colors was probably the highlight of my day.
Yeah, you texted me this idea for a topic and I was just like, I don't really know what fun means. So
I feel like no one really does right now because it's like weird because like you can do things. So like we should just go out and have fun, but like can you?
Like, yeah. So should we start with like now time or like back in the day or just how do you want to do this?
I would say let's start as kids.
As little kids.
Just in general as a kid, what's fun?
I'm thinking back to like way little kid, like sledding and like just playing outside. Just like playing outside was like fun. Like I can remember in our condo where we used to live, remember the hill with like the bushes?
Yeah.
It had like those berries on it.
Yeah.
Like you could like crawl in there and
Oh yeah.
it was like a tunnel.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's like the first thing I thought of because I remember like that was so fun of being like, okay, we're gonna sled and then I'm gonna go dig my way through this like weird bush.
It was like a fort almost, like an
Yeah.
outside fort. Yeah.
I mean, we went back years later and we looked and it's like not a hill and there's like one bush, but like I just remember that being fun and like using your imagination of like where you are and whatever. That was fun.
Which to transition also to like today, I feel like we can bring this idea into this also, but technology nowadays, no matter how great it is just ruining our lives.
Yeah. In our neighborhood, we don't see, even on like nicer days, we don't see the kids in our neighborhood out like on their bikes or playing at the park or just running around the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's
because they're inside playing video games or on their phones or iPads or whatever.
It's just not the same because everything is technology based. That it's like, oh, we'll just watch this show. Oh, we'll do this. Because I know even, I'm not talking about being a kid anymore, but like, even like now, it's like, what do you want to do? It's like, okay, well, we're just going to watch something on Netflix or like, we're going to watch a TV. Like, I feel like it's so difficult to like pull an activity that doesn't involve phone, TV. I know in high school, we played a lot of board games. That was something that I feel like even now is a good option to like pull, to not be staring at my phone or a TV or my laptop and actually interacting with the other person instead of just sitting on your phone.
Yeah. I think the idea of people hanging out now is, hey, you want to come over and hang out? And then you're sitting on your phone on the couch or on a bed or whatever with your phone watching TV or not even talking to the person that you're with.
Yeah. I feel like it has to do with the weather now also. Like once it's warmer out, like there's so many people I do want to see and hang out with, but just to be safe, it would be better to be outside. So I know once it's warmer, there's so many activities and things that I consider fun that can be done outside.
Like what? What's fun? Tell me all the things.
I mean, I know I do like hiking, but like right now I'm not going to fall on my ass.
Yeah.
And slip. I even bought hiking shoes. Like sneakers, but like shoes. They're like hiking shoes, not boots. Maybe they're boots. I don't know. Just so like we could actually go with mom and dada and not me wearing my Nike running sneakers.
See, I don't find that appealing. You know, I'll do it every once in a while, but like going on a hike to me is just like, okay, I'll do it, but I don't find it exciting or fun.
I also really enjoy the idea of like wineries and breweries. I don't really like to drink, which is the problem. Like I'll go get like a flight and be able to like taste and sample theirs, but
it's more for the social.
Yeah, like just like be somewhere it's like an activity to do.
See, Danny wants to do all the fun things now, even during the pandemic. And so he's always like, what do you want to do? And I am not a fun person. So I'm like, I don't know. Let's just like sit here. So yeah, even when we try to come up with something to do, it's so difficult because things that you can usually come up with as an idea of like, oh, maybe we could go bowling or to a movie or to a restaurant or to the mall. It's like you second guess and you're like, should I be doing that right now? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Like even yesterday was my friend's baby I want to say baby shower every time, but
gender
reveal. And we were both like, should we go? What should we do? And I'm close with her and I wanted to be there. So we chose to go. And there were more people than we expected, which is fine. But we were in a house and we were like questioning the entire time. You're like, do you handshake this person? Can I go near this
Yeah.
person? Like, what? The norm is so different now that it's hard to have fun because
Yeah.
you're constantly thinking like all the protocols and do I have my mask on? Do they have their mask on? Should I have my mask on? What's going on? So like thinking about all of that just like takes away. I mean, Danny, I don't think thinks about that, but for somebody
Yeah.
who's anxious like me, I think about it. So that like pulls the fun out of any activity with other people for me right now.
It also depends on like the people. So like there's a few people we've just been seeing. They're like our core group of people that like we've been seeing, and that's just we're acting the same way we always have with them. So it's not any different. But then you like go somewhere, or even just like this morning, the people that actually owned our house before us she had given us a whole big binder of everything on the house, like when it was built, different companies they used, and there was something in there that she wanted, but she was coming by to just pick it up, and it was like, do I wear a mask to hand this to her? Like, we're gonna be within 6 feet, but like, do I have to like put it down and she's gonna pick it up? But like, it's just everything is quite. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna go out and hand this to her. It's like all this goes through. But again, I don't think Joe really. He just walked out the front door with it and goes to hand it to her. But I was like, maybe you should have a mask on, like,
It's
just make her comfortable. But
it's very, very weird. It was nice to feel normal, like with the group of people and celebrating something, but at the same time, then
it brings all these anxieties.
Yeah, which is annoying. But I think my definition of fun is so different from Danny's, at least. I know that.
Yeah.
So anytime we're trying to like plan something or choose what we're doing, we'll each name things. And it's like what each of us think is fun, but no, at the same time, it's not fun for the other person. So Danny's ideas are like go-karting and like roller coasters or test driving cars and like, I don't know, going to see a ton of people. And for me, all of that is just no. Like, I don't find that fun. I find that just like draining.
My screen is still raging.
I was going to say your lights started like bumping. Karen's at a rager, right?
I literally have no lights on. Like, there's nothing. I don't know if it's just like the outside.
Maybe the computer's trying to like adjust. When you're closer, it stops.
Okay, so maybe we'll just sit closer.
It like has to focus on something, maybe.
But then I can't sit back in the chair.
Oh.
Yeah, like the idea of fun to me. So we go down to Wildwood every Memorial Day. It's probably been like 6 years in a row we go down there. And for me, like, my fun is getting a drink and sitting on the porch or the deck and just watching people. What? Oh,
oh no.
Just watching people walk up and down the boardwalk, drive up and down, the street, because the condo we stay is a block off the boardwalk. So there's always people up and down. And like, that's fun to me. But like, Joe can't just like, yes, he'll sit there, but he's always like, do you want to go fly a kite? Do you want to like go do this? You want to do a little? And I'm like, I literally just want to sit here.
Like, just
and
relax.
I think that's good because we go with other couples or other people that usually there's someone that wants to do that. So even if it's like the other person, I don't know. And I stay with her husband and we just sit there while they go and fly kites, or like all the boys go and then the girls stay. So it's like it's good to be with other people. So their idea of fun.
Everybody gets their idea of fun fulfilled.
Yeah, like if I can just get a roast beef sandwich, some French fries, a drink, and just sit there, I'm content.
Yeah. Danny is similar to Joe in that way where he can't just sit still for very long. He gets bored. So if he's sitting for too long, he's just gonna take a nap because there's no point in him being awake because we're not doing anything.
Yeah, like right now they're just like driving to like look at homes that like nobody wants. I don't know. Like it just
Danny's always like, we could just go for a drive. And I'm like,
where am
where?
I gonna go to the bathroom?
Why? Where am I going to pee? Because
Ooh.
I always have to pee.
Sorry, I just got really excited because the FedEx truck is here and I got free HelloFresh meals for this week.
Oh, what?
So a
How do you
friend
do that?
does HelloFresh, so I think it like gives her like a discount code or like a free. So I had to pay like the shipping, so it was like $7,
Yeah.
and we get 3 meals. So it's not like leftovers or anything.
That's fun.
But yeah,
See, I find like cooking and baking to be fun. I like artsy stuff. That's fun.
yeah.
So I'm gonna nerd out for a second, but one of my friends introduced me to an Instagram account about auras, like your
Okay.
energy fields. I don't know
Yeah.
if I told you about this yet.
No.
And the woman's Instagram had like you play bingo and you figure out which aura is yours based on like the bingo games that you play.
I'm listening. I'm just making sure he's dropping my phone.
And so, yeah, so I was looking at that and I was getting really, really intrigued by this idea of your aura and how it relates to your personality and like all of that stuff. So I actually reached out to one of my like yogi kind of friends who I know is very interested in energy and all of that stuff. So she actually recommended different books for me to read about this. And she's like, you have to read about chakras first and all this stuff. So I bought these books that I started reading. So I find that interesting. I'm weird. I find like
Does
reading
this also have to do with like crystals
yeah.
or separate? Similar.
Yeah. So that it's like involved in balancing your chakras and your energy is what like crystals do from what I know.
Oh, yeah, like Leanne gave me this little I have a ton of like just crystals that she's given me. They tend to be in the car, but like there's this little bag of like really small ones and each one is like a different thing.
I'll tell you about it when I get to that part of the book. But
okay. Yeah, I lost a little paper that like says what it is. Or she's really into like the evil eye
I
concept.
don't know anything about that. But yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, I'm going to just go back on our last episode real quick. And we were talking about like risky things that we've done. And the second we finished the podcast, I was texting a friend and I realized I moved in to a house with 3 random people that I met on Craigslist. And it ended up being great. But like,
it doesn't sound so risky though.
That's so risky. I mean, like, yeah, there were ups and downs and like crazy things that happened, but like it was a very
I guess it is risky.
comfortable situation. Yeah, like what if they were all just like murderers?
Okay.
Like they were like, oh, let's act normal. And then after like a month of her being here,
I get her when she's sleeping.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, what made me think of that is that Leanne always has an evil eye on her door handle. And then she had given me one and then like one of the other girls. So we all had them outside our doors. And then when the one girl moved out, I think she took it with her. So the new girl moved in and she said she woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and realized that we all had these on our doors except for her. And like, she's like, I'm not super into like that kind of stuff, but like, I got nervous because you all had them and I didn't. That she took, there was one in the bathroom, like a bigger thing that was on the wall, and she took it and put it on her door just for like the night so she could be comfortable.
That's so funny.
But yeah, the whole
I find all that so interesting. So I'm weird where I'll go through phases of finding something that's interesting and I want to read books about it. So I ordered books on it. So I'm like a nerd in that way. Like you, for my birthday, either last year, I think you gave me a gift card to the place in Morristown, like a rock box.
They still owe me $25.
And I still haven't used my gift card. Yeah, so you gave me like the gift card, and then I'm opening the present from you, and it's literally a crystal in the box. And Danny, after you left, was like, "Why the hell did she get you a rock for your birthday?" And I was like, "It's a crystal, and it has like all these potentials, and you could read
Yeah,
about."
like I forget which one that was. Like,
Yeah, and so he's like,
oh my god, I just got so
"Sister
scared.
got you a rock."
I got so scared because the lamp is in here. And I forgot that the lamp was in here and it just like caught my eye and I was
Thought it was a person.
yeah, because I don't have the door shut.
Good thing I have it recording though. I could record it.
Stop! That's scary. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I don't remember what like the rock.
Yeah, I find that all of that's so interesting, and I believe it because like the aura, what I've read so far is feels so real and like relevant to who I am and things like that. So I'm very excited to keep reading about it. And I feel also that it's going to help towards like my profession and getting to know clients and just having that knowledge of
Like something else. Yeah.
just something else to approach them with and think about. Yeah, so it's definitely interesting. But I'm weird where I find that fun. So like sometimes at night I'll be like reading a book before bed and Danny's on his phone or on his laptop and is like, that's not fun. You're reading a
that
book. So yeah, I think everybody has their idea of fun.
I'm
Or, like, I
trying
like
to
drawing
learn.
and painting. And
Yeah.
one time I tried to get Danny to do that with me so that we can enjoy my hobby together.
Yeah.
And he threw like a fit because he just can't handle drawing or painting. Like he likes it to be perfect. So then we worked with clay one time and he was able to sit with that and do that because it's more like hands-on.
Yeah.
But it's just funny because he doesn't find that interesting.
No.
Or like I'll say, let's go to like this art museum. I want to go to the art museum and we'll like look at the art or something. And he's like, no.
Yeah.
Like
Me and
that's
Joe just
not
went
fun.
to one of his coworkers had a piece in like an art show in Jersey City.
Mhm.
So like I definitely like going and seeing and I actually
Why was I not
saw
invited to this?
I don't know.
Mm.
I didn't think about that.
Mm.
But like it was literally just like a room of art.
That's what an art gallery is.
But
I
for
find
me
those
it's
to be
like
fun.
but for me like I would just like walk through and like look at it, read the little description and just like, you know, keep it moving. Keep it moving. Whereas like Joe's just like really into it and like the meaning and all this and I'm like okay, I've already seen everything like 3 times, but I
So
did
next
learn
time Joe should bring me and not
Yeah.
you.
someone did it was like alcohol art, liquid I don't even know how to explain what it is.
Is
but
it
maybe I can-
alcohol ink? I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ended up like finding someone on Instagram that also does it. I don't think it's something I would ever like do.
But they come
Trying
out
to see if I
cool.
could find a picture of something that like would show.
It's a different kind of ink, so somehow the alcohol reacts. And
Like just things like this.
yeah. So the alcohol reacts with the
You
ink.
can't really, it's not as great. You can't really tell the
It's
potential.
like abstract.
But yeah, it was kind of cool how it like came together.
Mhm.
But so my point is that I'm trying to find out what I think is fun because I feel like that's the goal is to find out what's fun and make that into like some type of job.
I like
Like
that.
that's the ultimate like goal.
Dream.
So this morning I woke up thinking about so like we cooked I couldn't even tell you last time we like ate out. Like I think we cook like a majority of meals.
Yeah.
So like why am I not doing something with that? So like
you could literally meal prep or cook for Danny and I and we'd pay you for the meals because we're meal prepping today and we have no idea what we're doing and they come out awful because we
Yeah.
don't know how to
Like-
prepare foods for more than like a day. Do you know what I
but
mean?
like Yeah, like you guys preparing this, like I'm sure you learned in that video you watched where she made the salads. You're not gonna want to make 12 of something because
Exactly.
you're not eating. And like she said, the chicken by the third day, like fourth day, is dry and terrible, even if it was like the best chicken on the first day. So something with that. But even like if I have an Instagram that I have started with like a name that me and Joe just kind of like a couple of years ago just kind of like was like, one day this will be some type of something for something. So we just like made the Instagram so we would just like have it. So I'm debating on that. Like just even like every meal that we're making, like posting the meal and how we made it and that kind of crap. But also
people that do that.
Like we have so much space here to do like a garden and neither one of us have ever really done that.
But I feel like that's relevant to that same idea of an Instagram because it's food related.
Yeah. And when you hear the name, which I'm not going to say yet, but when you hear the name, it'll be like, oh, duh, that'll all kind of tie it together.
Oh my God, are you going to
look out for that?
You going to tell me later or no?
Yeah, I can tell you later.
Fine.
Yeah. It's a
Text it to me right now.
Secret project that I'm working on that I can't tell anyone about.
You sound like a YouTuber.
Yeah, and we have this book. I actually want to find it, but there's a book I found when we were in Vermont that just talks about like farming and gardening and like it's kind of like cool looking. Let me see.
You've always been like, even I feel like the way you dressed for a while, even we always said like you were like a farm girl.
Future farm mom.
Yeah, future farm mom is what we called her for a little while. Just the way she was like dressing and acting. So I could totally see you having like a garden and a farm and
like I've never done it before, but like my friends have, and obviously like Joe's mom and you guys have done it. But like we found this book in
oh, that's cute.
Vermont somewhere, and it just like looked cool, but it also like if you look at the inside, I don't know how to show a book on anything, but like it just has like different, the way it's written is kind of cool. Like
makes it more interesting than like a textbook.
Yeah, like the different types of peppers, the different types of like how you would grow a potato, like what's the best way to grow it.
Yeah. See, I think that's interesting because I know that would be good for you, but I'm sure people are listening are probably like,
yeah, that's not but like, I don't know. Not that that book, there's much to like read in that book, but to read that and start.
I think finding a hobby or something like that that you could turn into a career makes it not a job. Like it makes it more fun.
But like we're cooking, even like Joe too. Like I'm very like recipe based, like where I'll just see a recipe and I'll generally use recipe. Maybe I'll like, you know, leave something out, add something in.
Yeah.
Joe will just like, I don't even know, just like wing it and just like.
Yeah, you texted me he was making oatmeal raisin cookies one time, and I was like, "Oh, cool! Did he follow the recipe on the oatmeal box or whatever?" You're like, "Nope, he forgot to put egg and didn't do this, and they're still good."
Yeah, like just kind of like, even like we're gonna make pork this week, I think, with like we have like a Caribbean jerk seasoning packet that's just been sitting in there, and he's like, okay, but also get white wine because I want to put white wine in the rice when we're making the rice, and then I'm also going to put a little dish of it in the oven so it like keeps the pork moist and all, and I'm like, oh,
fancy.
Yeah,
I could see that. I'm excited if you do that. That'd be cool.
I don't know, because I was looking at someone's, like everyone does it, which is fine, but I think I'm already doing it anyway. Like my phone is just filled with photos.
Food photos.
Because I also, everything is just like right here. So I'm just showing you all. Okay. So let me find this recipe. So all the recipes that we use are either on Pinterest or like saved on my like favorites in my browser. So we have this idea to like put them in this book. So at least like if we're downstairs, it's like, okay, let me pull this up. But I just started like writing them and it's so boring. Like,
right.
Like I was thinking like do one card with the instructions and one card with like a picture of it.
That would spice
And
it.
I also was like, maybe I should just design, like we've been using that Canva thing.
You can make a cookbook and sell it to your followers.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Wow.
We're also gonna, I wanted Joe to show me how to use the camera and then we can film me cooking. But like, I don't want to be in it.
Yeah, just your hands.
Just like hands.
Yeah.
Or like things like that. But that's advanced. But yeah.
Exciting.
Because like, look how boring this looks.
I'm not a fan. Like, it's good to have.
Like they're written down and they're all in one spot, but
boring to look at.
Yeah. So that's fun for me.
Yeah. We find things fun that I feel like other people don't find fun.
There's people out there that definitely do also find it fun, but
yeah.
I feel like I should go get the food that's outside, but like I'm sure
Why does my hand look at my hand right now? Doesn't that look weird?
Yeah.
It looks like a hoof.
It's good. I can hear Daddy yelling about something.
Oh, really? Is that going to be in the background?
Yep.
They're talking about going to the bank.
Isn't the bank closed?
Future Amanda, cut this out. Yeah, I just don't. If you ask Danny too, like he'll be like, "Is Amanda a fun person?" No. I have my moments where I could be really fun and like I'll dance around. I like dancing just for funsies. Like you just put music on in the house. I like dancing in the house, nowhere else.
Why did I just become really yellow?
I don't know. We have lighting props.
There we go. It's like trying to readjust.
I find playing with dogs to be fun. I find baking, cooking, painting, like more creative things fun.
Yeah.
I find video games fun. I find editing fun.
20 minutes of Amanda listing what's fun.
That's like it. I don't do fun things.
But like I also like I'm okay with just sitting and like watching a TV show. Like yesterday I just watched a lot of TV and Joe kept calling because he was with his family and he's like, "So what are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm just watching TV." And then I was saying to him, he's like, "Well, why didn't you do anything yesterday?" And I was like, "What was I supposed to do?"
Yeah.
Like he's like, "Why don't you at least leave the house?" But it was like, where was I gonna go?
Yeah.
You were busy. Everyone was like busy with their own things.
Yeah.
That it was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay here. There's no reason to leave.
Exactly. But Danny's the same way where even if there's no reason, it's like, let's just go out.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna go. Like we need food and like groceries here, but like I wasn't gonna go yesterday just to like go get chicken to cook for dinner.
Yeah.
I'll make something that's here, and then tomorrow I'll go and get everything.
Yeah. Like I find it fun that I just ordered food for delivery and I'm gonna go get like mason jars for the salads that I'm gonna make.
Why don't you
Salad
just put them in those black Tupperwares?
Because she made it look so cool in like
Then you just dump it out of
mason
the jar.
But she had the dressing on the bottom where nothing's gonna get soggy, you know. If I do it in the black tub, it's just not as appealing.
Did you literally buy the same things? Like sliced almonds, cranberries?
No. Yes.
Chicken, all that.
Well, we have chicken.
Why'd you order it for delivery? You can't just go to the store and get it.
No, because we're doing this.
It's 11:45.
I don't find it fun going to the supermarket.
Okay, I find it fun. See, that's another thing that I like. I like going to the store, but it has to be when there's no one there. Like I go every Monday morning and there's literally no one and it's great.
Mm.
That was going to be at my last job. I probably have talked about this already.
You did.
At my last job, nobody there like going grocery shopping, so you got it delivered. I'm repeating it again just in case no one remembers.
Go watch episode 3 or 2, guys.
But they all did the
try to
same
plug
delivery.
ourselves.
And I was like, why don't you just pay me to go grocery shopping and then I'll come to your house and organize it for you?
You could do that when I get my future house. I find that fun. Ooh, sitting on Zillow. That's fun, but also depressing. But like also going to houses that you like, I think is fun. So we saw this house on Zillow near us, and it's really, really old. And I'm weird. I find that fun. I
But
find
it's like
old,
it's not like gross old.
yeah. It's just outdated and old and has like cool character. And I find that fun of like looking at older houses versus like brand new fancy modern houses. So we went to look at this house, and I find it so fun to walk in and feel like a little kid, where you can like walk in and imagine what it's going to look like, or like which bedroom's going to be mine, and like what's this room going to be.
Yeah.
I feel like that's so fun and exciting. So we've done that a couple of times, but now it's becoming depressing, where I'll find a house on Zillow that I really like, and then Danny says we're not going to get it. And it's just a sad time. But it is fun to look and imagine what it would look like if it's your house.
Yeah, I think we missed that whole process. Like, we weren't really looking.
It just happened so fast.
Yeah. I mean, when we came in here, it was like, yeah, this could be my house. And it was cool. But we didn't get that, like,
you guys did it for the investment right now.
Yes. Like, Joe's ready to move. Like, if I wanted to move tomorrow. Yeah. We keep looking at houses in, like, Florida.
Take me with you.
Because, like, I also am really excited about it being warm. But, like, once the snow is gone, there's so much yard work. Like, the grass has to be regrown in because that septic was replaced, and like some of the grass regrew, but like once the snow melts, there's probably no grass there anymore. Mm-hmm. So I'm like looking to hire
grass people.
Well, the grass I could probably do, but like for this hill that has like, it used to be beautiful, right? With all the mulch and like the flowers and stuff.
It was really well done.
I feel like I need to hire Mama or like Joe's mom or someone to like come and be like, this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
This is even like if I contacted the women that lived here before, I feel like they would come and be like, this is the best. This is what you need to do here. Yeah. Because they even said that because I was like, it's so pretty. It's never going to look like this again.
Yeah. It's a hard work. But for your Instagram,
yeah.
It'll be
because they already have, there's like boxes up there that they must have attempted to do a garden at some point.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of like, I know how the sun angle is, so we'll have to figure that out.
Sounds so fun.
Like, I feel like there's so much, there's so much room for like them just dying and it just sucks. But like,
yeah, it's like practice. It's not
my friends grew like a huge garden last year and had like everything, like jalapenos, cucumbers, tomatoes, zucchini, eggplant. Did I say peppers?
Yeah, I think so.
But like so much of everything.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that's once the snow is gone, which is probably pretty soon, I'm hoping.
So what would you say if we had to define the word fun? What would you define it as?
Something that gives you joy.
I was thinking similarly of like something that you find gives you pleasure or excitement, happiness.
You're literally reading. I looked up the definition. It says enjoyment, amusement, or lighthearted pleasure. Amusing, entertaining.
Where I did not look it up before this.
I know. Well, I didn't.
I'm just that smart. I know the whole dictionary.
I just think, yeah. But yeah, fun is different. I think it's different for everyone, but also it's definitely changing with
100%
technology and the world, and
especially because things that you found fun before now you might not find fun because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sucks.
I mean, yeah, like I don't want to bash.
Redefining and changing.
I'm not trying to like bash technology because like even through the pandemic, technology was great because like at least we could communicate with other people.
Yeah.
Like imagine just being stuck in your house with that
And
one
you had
person.
to write like letters to each other
Yeah.
and send it with your owl.
Me and Joe were talking about that the other day. He was like, when we were younger, can you imagine like even when they went to the park to play basketball, he's like, I'd have to call this person on their house phone.
Ask for them because
Have to be like, okay, yeah, let me get them. Then he'd be like, okay, cool, we'll meet at 1:00. Then call someone else, tell them, and then they're like, oh, but we can't really meet until like 2:00. So then you have to call the other one back and be like, no, we're going at 2, meet you at the park.
Yeah.
Can your mom give me a ride?
Yeah.
But like a whole, like you just have to call everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, oh no, we're actually at this person's house now. If you want to come here. So then he'd be like, oh, let me call the other person back and tell them I don't need a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Advanced. We're so advanced.
And Danny, while you're saying that, I just think about Danny being like, well, I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to call people because their houses in England are so close to each other. So like for us to have to like run up to our friend's house, not far, but it's like far enough where it's like, why would you run up there when you can call? He would just walk out of his house, go to his neighbors, knock, 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 knock.
Yeah.
Come on, you want to play outside? And then just they would be playing.
I mean, when we were like young, it was like that, but
Well, yeah.
young.
Or our mom would call and be like, does so-and-so want to come over and play? Or are you guys playing outside? Yeah, nowadays, no.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
And it's not that easy because everyone's always like, oh, I gotta do this.
Yeah, like I don't see, even without the pandemic, I don't see my friends more than like, I have no idea. I just not frequent as you were as a kid, like every day after school.
What friends?
Well, now it's like everybody's working and then, or has significant others and things to do and chores to do and whatever. So it's like you don't see them as often, which is fine, but it's so different, the definition of fun from a kid to an adult.
Chit-chatting.
That is what we do.
Just chit-chatting, finding some purpose in life.
Yeah, we're working on it, aren't we? Working on it.
The goal.
Well, I hope everybody and anybody that's listening enjoyed this episode of Winding Waves.
Let us know what you do for fun. Maybe we'll think it's fun. Maybe I'll pick it up as a new hobby.
Mm-hmm. Dive in.
I thought you were going to say like more.
Dive into your fun.
I'm about to dive into this HelloFresh downstairs and put it in the fridge.
I'm about to actually, I was going to say I was going to go to Michael's, but you kind of talked me out of it and it's annoying. And so I'm going to dive into a workout, which is not fun.
You got to make it fun. You got to make it a routine. You got to make it fun.
Okay, we're not going to get into that in this episode.
Okay. Next episode.
Okay.
Exercise. Stay
Maybe.
tuned.
Maybe.
Athletics, exercise, sports, all that shebang.
Okay.
You don't sound excited, but
No, because I'm dreading putting workout clothes on. I'm actually working
should have
out.
put it on already. Should have been prepared. Wake up, put it
I
on.
wanted to dress nice for our podcast, okay?
Dress nice.
In a sweater.
Anyways, everyone dive in. Have a great week.
Or two by the
No.
time you see us.
No, we're good. We got this one out for this week. We got one out for last week.
Whoa. This is supposed to be out Monday, like tomorrow?
When did we put it up last week? Tuesday?
Pretty sure it was
Wednesday?
Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah,
Girl,
last week.
you need to run this by your editor before you do this.
You said one of the fun things you like to do is editing. So
It is, but like I also have a full-time job now. So
it's not my fault that you had to blow your nose and you're gonna have to cut that out. You're lucky we do this in like one take. Like there's people that are like, oh, we did 3 hours of recording and cut it down to 45 minutes. Like, why?
oh my God, why?
What did you talk about for 3 hours?
I like when it flows, when it's one full conversation, even with our like little
Tangents.
rants and tangents.
Okay. That's gonna be it for today.
Okay, really, this time for real. Dive in. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. I can't stop recording it. I don't know why.